What's up, everybody? It's your boy JP, back with another video, and I got a good one for y'all today. Today, I bring y'all, yep, you guessed it, OnePlus 7 Pro. This is the model from T-Mobile. I didn't know that T-Mobile sold the mirror gray. I was actually going for the Nebula Blue, but my local T-Mobile store, they were selling like hotcakes when I got out of work. They had one left, and it was mirror gray. 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. This specific model unlocked from OnePlus's website, OnePlus.com, is $699. Same price as the OnePlus 6T McLaren edition that I also did a quick overview of late last year. It also features the same all-new Warp Charge 30 for 30-watt fast wire charging. Only thing this doesn't have, while we're on the subject of charging, is wireless charging. Now, you know, I have my doubts about the 7 Pro. Wireless charging isn't a deal breaker, but it's being offered more and more on cheaper devices. And OnePlus was going up on the price of the 7 Pro compared to the 6T last year. But they have added so many things to this device. Literally, wireless charging is the only thing that's missing. Literally. I mean, I can't stress that enough. And granted, the McLaren Edition 6T, you got 10 gigs of RAM with 256 gigs of storage. And at 700, the 7 Pro has the same 256 gigs of RAM with the Warp Charge 30 that was also introduced with the McLaren Edition. But you get 8 gigs of RAM instead of 10. But for $50 more, you can get 12 gigs of RAM, $750. But you also, with the 7 Pro, you're getting the Snapdragon 855 versus the Snapdragon 845. And honestly, by the time the 6T came out, Huawei had already dropped the Mate 20s. I did a quick overview on the Mate 20 right before I had gotten that first OnePlus 6T that I did, which was also from T-Mobile before the McLaren one. And you know, those had the 7nm Kirin 980, which already outpaced the Snapdragon 845. So, you know, honestly, so I mean, it's a trade-off. With this, it's the same price, but you're getting the you're losing 2 gigs of RAM, but you're getting the Snapdragon 855, which more than just outpaces the Kirin 980. Of course, I do have to say the Kirin 980. I don't know what it is, but it games really well, really well. Say what you will about the Adrenos, but the Adreno GPUs, but Kirin 980 can game. Now, of course, with that said, the OnePlus 7 Pro really is a gaming phone. OnePlus has added a lot of gaming features to this, and I'm not even talking about the little gaming mode software that they've done for a few years now. And I'll get to that. Again, I can't stress enough, this phone is worth the $700. Seriously. I wouldn't get the 6 gig RAM version for $670. I mean, you might as well pay the 30 more because you're also getting double the storage. And I mean, really, I'd pay the extra $50 on top of this to get the 12 gigs of RAM. But the thing of it is, it was available on OnePlus's website today, the same day it was available in T-Mobile stores. If you order from OnePlus with priority shipping, it probably won't ship out until Monday, and you get it Wednesday. So, I want it now. And, T-Mobile had the second best version, the 8 gig model. So, why not? Same price. Yeah. I know what y'all are going to say. Y'all are going to say, well, y'all are going to say, well, what about unlocking it? It's going to cost you a little bit more money to get it unlocked. Just like my video with the T-Mobile 6T last year, all you got to do is call up T-Mobile technical support and tell them you want to get it unlocked and you pay it in full. They're going to ask for the IMEI. Go to technical support. Watch that video. They give you any kind of crap that it has to be on an account for 40 days. Tell them, hey, I paid full price. It didn't work in my area. I don't want to go through the process of returning it and get stuck with the restock fee. I don't want to lose money. I want to keep it. I like it. Can y'all make an exception for me? Just be nice about it. And guess what? They'll tell you, well, you know what? We'll submit an email and see where it goes from there. But, after I submit it, it's out of my hands. But I will submit a request for you. I understand. And, it's going to take, 24 to 72 hours, they say, for them to respond. And just like with the 16, my 7 Pro right here was unlocked within 20 minutes. Seriously, that fast. 24 hours, my butt. It was literally 20 minutes. Let's go down more of the specs. This phone, OnePlus, a lot of times, they make devices, they make flagship killers. They're never necessarily the first for anything. They just take the best specs and make it way more affordable. But this phone is the first for a couple of things. It has UFS 3.0 for local data transfer speeds. That not only means that you're going to have faster data speeds transferring files to and from your computer, but even gaming. When your games are installed in local storage, it's going to pull that data faster. The loading times are going to be quicker. That's actually more important for your gaming speeds, your loading times, than RAM is. Because unless you got a bunch of apps running in the background, your games aren't going to run any differently, whether you got the 6 gig model or the 12 gig model. Keep that in mind. The Galaxy Fold was supposed to be the first with that technology, but it's been severely delayed. Well, OnePlus 7 Pro is here. No recall, no delay, and it has UFS 3.0. I'm surprised that Samsung didn't include UFS 3.0 in the Galaxy S10 5G, which I think was also released today on Verizon. At least I seen the video by Flossie Carter. I just got done watching that about 30 minutes ago, and he has the Verizon specific model of the Galaxy S10 5G. It doesn't have UFS, 3.0, which I already knew before watching his video. He doesn't really even go over that anyways. I already knew. I'm just surprised that it wasn't included when the Galaxy Fold has it. Just kind of surprising, that's all. But hey, that's a positive for OnePlus right there. And I'm a bigger OnePlus fan than I am Samsung. So, hey, I'm not mad. So what else is this phone a first for? Well, it is a first for having the combination. Now, follow me here. It's the first for having the combination of a 2K res that's Quad HD AMOLED screen with a 90 hertz refresh rate. Okay? Now, I know what you're going to say. No, Justin. The Razer Phone 1 and 2 was Quad HD, and it has a refresh rate of more than 60 hertz. 120 hertz to be exact. But we'll also I'm going to touch on that difference there too. But right now, we're just going to say that it is Quad HD with more than a typical 60 hertz refresh rate. Correct. But the Razer Phone 1 and 2 are also not AMOLED or OLED, however you want to say it. They're IPS or LCD. Okay? Now, I know what else you're going to say. Oh, well, wait. Whoa, Justin. Whoa, now. Hold on. What about the Asus ROG Phone? What about the upcoming Nubia Red Magic 3? Those phones are AMOLED with 90 Hz refresh rates. Correct again. But they're only Full HD, not Quad HD. Again, the OnePlus right here, they've combined the two technologies just about. Now, to my understanding, and I could be wrong, so, be easy on me in the comments, but let me know if I'm wrong. But if I'm not mistaken, 90 Hertz refresh rate is the maximum for an OLED panel right now. Then 120 for IPS. Your new iPad Pros have a 120 Hz refresh rate, but of course they're IPS. They're not OLED like the iPhones that they match are. The XS and XS Max. They're IPS LCD like the XR. And the pads, though, the Pros, feature a 120 Hz refresh rate. And it's basically the same technology that your Razer Phone 1 and 2 has because they're LCDs with 120 Hz refresh rates. But to my knowledge, while OLEDs can go above 60 Hz, their maximum is 90 Hz, not 120. And of course, if they can go 120 Hz, maybe it's in a computer monitor that maybe Samsung makes or another company that specializes in OLED panels like TVs. But I don't know of the technology being available for phones or even tablets. Maybe it is, and maybe it's just super expensive. Samsung is the only company that's willing to offer 4K res Ultra HD displays in their phones. But then again, they also make the technology, like Samsung makes the Super AMOLEDs. So, I mean, but OnePlus right here, they're the first to offer, 2K res, 2K plus, if you will. Because it is a 19:9 or a 20:9 actually, because there's no notch. But it's not a cinema-style 21:9 like what Sony and Motorola are trying to do with the Xperia 10s, the Xperia 1, and the just-announced Motorola One Vision, which I'm actually kind of interested in there. But this has, again, for the last time, a 90 Hz 2K plus Quad HD optic AMOLED panel. And they actually, kind of like Samsung did this year, they actually named it something else, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Oh, well, no, the box still says optic AMOLED. But Material somewhere calls it something else, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of like how Samsung went from calling it Super AMOLED to Dynamic AMOLED. I could have sworn OnePlus called it something else besides optic AMOLED, which I know they came out with that when the OnePlus 3 came out a few years back. But nonetheless, I mean, that's, UFS 3.0, 2K res, 6.7 inch, 90 Hz refresh, OLED panel. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. I've actually gotten fantastic battery life with it, but I've only had it for half a day. But I've already got all of my apps installed. I refreshed it from a Pixel 3a, which had all my apps. I mean, I can't. I'm thoroughly impressed. And the 90 Hz refresh rate kind of goes along with the gaming aspect. This phone also, the Snapdragon 855, also features liquid cooling. Another gaming feature that's added. I mean, it's not, it's not all Snapdragon 855 powered phones are going to have liquid cooling. If I'm not mistaken, I know your Galaxy S10e doesn't have the liquid cooling. The regular S10 may not have it either. I know the S10 Plus does and the S10 5G. The regular S10 may. I had it. I should know this, and I'm not entirely sure, but I know the S10e didn't have it. The LG G8 doesn't have it. So the Xiaomi Mi 9 doesn't have it because I had that as well with the Snapdragon 855. But this one does, which the upcoming Red Magic 3 will have. I'm not going to use any of the previous gaming phones as examples because they have the Snapdragon 845, 835, etc. I know Vivo has a gaming phone with the Snapdragon 855, the IQ, with two O's at the end, but it's pronounced IQ. The O's are silent. It's just there for styling, I guess. That was actually the first gaming phone with the Snapdragon 855. It's not widely known on this side of the world because it doesn't have the bands for our networks here, like the Xiaomi Mi 9 does, as far as global phones go. I'm super impressed. Super impressed. If you watch Flossie Carter's video on the Galaxy S10 5G, he demonstrates the on-screen ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, and he does say that while it is quicker than the previous S10s, it's not as quick as the optic in-display fingerprint sensor that the OnePlus 7 Pro uses. And believe me, it is insanely fast. Real fast. I also have facial recognition with the pop-up camera. Let me see if it'll catch me with my other phone in the way while I'm recording this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Just amazing. Amazing. This thing is quick, y'all. Love it. Look at that. Whoo! Whoo, man. God. And that thing feels great in the hands. Man, it has such a nice weight. Oh, and back to the display. It's even curved. It's even curved like a Samsung. Not my thing, but it's nice. Really, if you want to get technical, this is the same screen that's on the S10 5G. Not the S10 Plus, which is 6.4 inches, but the S10 5G, which is 6.7 inches. This is 6.7 inches. They both have dual edge. They're both 2K Quad HD AMOLEDs. This is probably a Samsung screen. I'm positive it is. The difference is S10 5G is 60 hertz. This is 90 hertz. I mean, you tell me. You tell me. Now, there is supposed to be a 5G version of the 7 Pro. And, of course, there's no expandable storage, but the S10 5G does not have expandable storage either, like the previous S10s. So, on that, you're stuck with either 256 internal or 512 internal. You got those same options here. But, of course, the S10 5G maxes out at 8 gigs of RAM, no matter what the internal storage is. This, you got 8 gigs and 256 gigs internal, and then you have 12 gigs. I think it's 512 gigs internal. It may be the same It may be the same 256, actually. I'm not entirely sure. But nonetheless, you're talking about a phone that costs $1,300 and $1,400 respectively, depending on storage, to this phone, which costs $670 to $750. And this has an even better screen. I'm sure that well, actually, I know for a fact that S10 5G has liquid cooling. I just said that. But OnePlus is still the flagship killer. It still is. When I saw the leaks, I said, you know what? I said, they're going too far. I'm not going to get it this time, but the price is justified. It's still cheaper than all the competition. Yes, you can get a brand new LG G8 for less. You can, even at T-Mobile. It's like $610 or $620. And this is $699. So yes, absolutely. And you know what? Not gonna lie to you, the G8 is phenomenal. I didn't ever end up doing a video on one. I had it. I didn't end up doing a video because, well, Jay Will had a bunch of videos. He raved about it, and honestly, those are some of my favorite videos of his. He nailed it. I agree with almost everything he said. I might have had one or two disagreements, and honestly, I can't even remember what they even were. The G8, fantastic phone. Fantastic. What are you getting differently with the OnePlus 7 Pro? Well, you're getting a much bigger screen. 6.1 versus 6.7. 6.67 to be exact. But, yeah. But, there's your charging, your USB Type-C, your warp charge wall adapter. Clear TPU case, my favorite. The sleeve that the phone comes in, obviously. I try to keep those intact. Sometimes I can't. Your box with the 7 Pro, and, this has your booklet in it. That's also where your case was originally when you first, get the phone, the SIM ejector tool. Man, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Yeah, that's right. Another first for OnePlus, not necessarily a first for a phone like the UFS 3.0 and the big deal about the 90 hertz screen, but a first for OnePlus is that this does have dual stereo speakers. It still doesn't have an not IPS. It still doesn't have an official IP rating, but OnePlus made it a point this time at their event to show that this phone is water resistant. It can earn the highest IP rating. They just don't go through the process because then they have to pass that cost down to you. And you know what? I get that. I totally get that. I'm down with the motorized camera. It works fantastic. I love this device way more than I thought I was. And and I shouldn't be surprised. I'm a huge OnePlus fan. I've advocated for them several times. Everyone knows that. My friends around here know that. I had people text me this morning, Justin, you getting that OnePlus, aren't you? You getting that OnePlus, aren't you? And most of my friends, when I said, yup, I'll be headed to T-Mobile when I get out of work, they called me out. Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute, dude. You said you weren't going to get it. Well, you know what? I lied. So forget y'all. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. God, I like the way this feels. Look at them fingerprints. Whew. Man. Triple camera. It does feature that 48 megapixel from Sony. Man, ladies. Man, y'all know the procedure. Sorry, Flossie. Had to take that. Man. Yeah, y'all. It's bad. It's bad to the bone. Still feel like I'm missing something. I really do. There's so much I can say about this phone. There's your power button. And the alert slider. I like that OnePlus keeps. I think they're the only one that does that. Take that for granted when I'm not using a OnePlus device. There's your volume rocker right there. You can see it kind of hard with the gray color. Doesn't stick out like it does on the other colors. Stockish Android. For all of your purists, all of your trolls, you know who I'm talking about. I don't see y'all on other people's channels when they call these phones stock. You don't call them out like me, but boy, y'all sure call me out. I see them. I see it. I'm not going to call no names. I sure got one on my mind. I ain't even going to say that. Anyways, stockish Android. It's Oxygen OS. And I do prefer this a little bit more over the Pixel UI, which is stock Android. It does have a few OnePlus apps, and of course it's the T-Mobile version, so it has T-Mobile below it as well. You can get most of them off. The unlock app actually disappears once the phone is unlocked. So, But this device has been phenomenal, man. I can't stress it enough. If I don't show you at the bottom, I know USB Type-C. No headphone jack. No headphone jack. I know a lot of y'all. Y'all knew that already. Unfortunately, it's not a deal breaker for me. But, there was when I first heard that the price was going up and that it wasn't going to have wireless charging, there was rumors that there was going to be missing a couple of other things that should have been added already. And that was kind of the deal breaker for me. I just can't quite remember everything. This a couple months ago when I was thinking about it, reading about it, etc. And I'm really happy to report that literally the only thing missing is wireless charging. But you know what? And I've seen videos of other people have said this, and it's so true. Wireless charging is still wired. The pad has to be plugged up. Only time wireless charging feels like true wireless charging is when you have a car that has it built in, because all your wires are tucked in. It's all, because it came from factory like that. Not even an added one. I mean, there's still wires to it, and I had another video where I discussed that. And wireless charging isn't anywhere near as fast as wire charging. This has 30-watt charging. It's quick. Real quick. I mean, at the end of the day, I'd rather have the fastest capable charging, and it's going to be wired charging. So, it is what it is. It's water resistant. It now has dual stereo speakers. Quad HD was what it was, actually. I just thought about it. That's what it was. That was my big caveat. I really wanted OnePlus to upgrade to a Quad HD panel, a 2K res screen, and they did. They did. Not only that, they added 90 hertz, which I wasn't expecting, and they did. Because I've been wanting a gaming phone. I've been looking at them. And here we go. And you got everything. You got the Quad HD of a Razer phone, but it's an AMOLED, like the ROG phone and the upcoming Red Magic 3, 90 hertz. It's awesome. I mean, it's awesome. Internet's fast. The LTE is the fastest capable LTE available, before going to 5G. I mean, there's not enough good things like that. There's not enough bad things I could say about this phone, I should say. It's been phenomenal. I love it. I really do. I'm super impressed with it. I couldn't be happier with my purchase. And like I said, I got it from T-Mobile. I got it unlocked for free. Just call technical support. I mean, just rambling on. I love it, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and got a couple more coming up, and I will catch y'all in those. Send me some comments, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like. Be easy on me in the comments if I was wrong about anything, concerning the AMOLED, 120 hertz refresh maybe, if that exists, be easy on me. But peace.